Let's talk fasting. And today is a perfect day for me to share about fasting because I just ended a 3-day fast, air quotes. I did a juice fast, and specifically, I did the 3-day energy fast. In this video, I want to share about fasting, who's it for, who it might not be for, benefits, some of my experiences. And before I go into it deeper, just know that anything said in this video does not replace the advice of your primary care physician. So that's your disclaimer, because fasting can be dangerous if it's not done responsibly. Be responsible. The second reason why today is such a fabulous day to do this video is because it's raining outside. And so fasting is kind of like when it's raining outside. And you might be thinking, huh? What are you talking about? Follow me here. So, when it's raining outside, you can't go outside and do your regular activities. You may even cancel some plans. And so you're in your house and you get a little bored after a while. There's only so much Netflix and chill. And so you start to look around your house for old projects like, oh, that old junk drawer. I think I'm going to go finally clear it out, or the closet that needs reorganizing or rearranging or purging. That's what happens when you are inside and you're kind of stuck to look around and see what needs to be cleaned up. That's what happens when we fast or follow certain fasting diets. Our body that is used to absorbing and digesting. See, when you eat, your body stops everything else and it goes right to digestion. That is its number one priority. So when you don't have anything to digest, your body goes, I'm kind of bored over here. So what can I do? And then it starts looking around your body for ways it can reorganize, become more efficient, purge, get rid of toxins and things like that. Fasting has been around forever. It's in many spiritual texts because when we fast, our bodies become lighter. Eating material food adds to the denseness of our body. So when we fast, it lightens our body and we become able to receive messages, pray, sit in communication with divine intelligence. So there's a lot of benefits spiritually to fasting. That's one thing. You can become clearer. I say you can become because depending on how toxic you are or aren't, the fasting process in the beginning may not be your cup of tea. It may not be comfortable. In fact, I used to fast a lot. So back in the day when I was in school for Chinese medicine, we did a lot of fasting. That's when I was introduced to this. One of my favorite fasts back then was the 3-day energy fast. In 3 days, you drink juices, fresh juices, and at night you drink broth from boiled vegetables. So you're basically still getting nutrients. So your body doesn't go into like extreme emergency. It has the ability to spend a little bit of its energy on digesting the juices you're drinking. It feels good, and it uses that energy to go in there and reorganize and detoxify. So I used to do this one a lot. I loved it. And so it's been on my list for about a year now. Like I like to go and go through this process again at this stage in my life. So I just finished this, and I'm telling you today, yesterday was day 3. I woke up this morning. Today is day 4. I feel amazing. And now I'm remembering why I love these fasting protocols and programs. But let me tell you something. There is about an almost 20-year gap from when I used to do this program to now. And in that 20 years, apparently I have accumulated so many toxins that my experience of this fast this time around was not as pleasant. It was quite painful. And where was my pain? Headaches, nausea. I just felt I had energy. In fact, this morning I woke up from 3 days of fasting. I followed this protocol strictly. I loved it. I woke up this morning, still wasn't hungry. I was never really that hungry over the 3 days because I was drinking juice. And I woke up this morning, I taught a spin class, had full energy. I felt amazing. I feel amazing. I did wake up with a headache. So I'm kind of rethinking this. And what I want to share with you is fasting is so powerful. Find the fast or the fasting program that works for you. Intermittent fasting is a version of fasting. You eat your meals between 8 hours of your day, and then the other 16 hours, you allow your body that rest and digest period. That may be your thing, but maybe that's not. The reason why I've always loved this fast, the 3 day energy fast, is because it's a juice fast. You feel really good on these juices. It's high energy. It's easy for busy lives. When I used to do it back in the past, I wasn't so busy. So I would literally follow the recipes and I had a juicer and I would do all the juicing. And that was taking up some of the time. That's one thing about fasting. You will realize how much time you spend eating, preparing your food, eating your food, cleaning up after your food. So you have a whole lot of time on your hands. But the thing about some of these juice fasts and these supported fasting programs, I went to Pressed Juice and I bought $35 worth of juice for the 3 days. I went to the grocery store, I bought vegetables to boil. Cost me about 20 bucks. And I boiled all those vegetables and I drank the broth the first night and then I saved the rest of the broth for the following 2 nights. So for about $60, I had a beautiful 3 day energy fast. And it was convenient. I had the pressed juices that were fresh and made for me. So this dispels the myth that fasting is messy. I need a juicer. It's going to be hard. I can't do it. I'm busy. Like none of that is true. You can do anything you set your mind to. Now, were there times in the last 3 days that I was like, why am I doing this? I've done this before. No need to prove anything. Let's stop doing it. The headaches are so excruciating. Yes. Oh, yes. But here's the thing. I told myself I would do this. I committed to myself. And when you start to follow through, if you're not already following through on what you tell yourself, please start. It builds everything. It's all about building your confidence, your courage, because you know you're never going to let yourself down. And your mind starts to hear you and say, oh, she's serious. When she says she's going to do something, she's going to do it, even if my mind tries to stop me. So that's another power of fasting. It is learning discipline. That's another benefit from it. You're starting to discipline your mind from being in control and you become in control. The other thing is you become aware, you find your edges and you go beyond them. And then once you expand past that, you always have that awareness of what's possible for you. So, for example, I've done the 3 day energy fast. There's another fasting program called the Master Cleanse. And I did the Master Cleanse for 11 days. The Master Cleanse is water, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup and lemon. And that's all you drink all day long. And want to know something really bizarre? I was still having bowel movements 5 days into that fast. 11 days, no food, still bowel movements in 11 days. So you learn a lot about yourself in these fasts. It's highly recommended that you use some of this time for your own inner exploration. As you're fasting, you are physically releasing toxins. Why not mentally, emotionally, environmentally release toxins as well? And when you're in these heightened aware states, after the initial kind of cringy, this sucks. Once you get through that and then you enter into wow, I feel pretty good. I haven't eaten. That's so weird. I never thought I could go without eating. Then you have this clarity of mind and you start getting really, really clear on things because you're taking it easy. You're slowing things down externally, internally, taking a little bit of inventory. Your body's starting to reorganize itself, and so do your thoughts. Very powerful. So we have this 3 day energy fast. I shared with you the Master Cleanse. There are other ones. Intermittent fasting could be something that you try. There are a lot of supported detox cleansing programs that I highly recommend. Thorne has a great one, Metagenics. These are nutraceutical grade detox cleansing programs where you maybe drink a shake for 2 of your meals, maybe eat a light meal. Those are great ways to try this and just lighten the load. For years, I taught anti-aging, optimal aging, peak performance, and one of the strongest optimal aging tools that we have at our fingertips is eat less often. So just reducing your calorie consumption right there without fasting could help a lot. I lost 4 pounds in the last 3 days. I didn't even know I had 4 pounds to lose. And I think it was a lot of the water weight that I was retaining from eating a lot of the white foods, bread, gluten, rice, cheese, dairy. So even eliminating those like dairy and gluten and grains, that could be a fasting of sorts program for you that you can start to see what is my body reacting to. You may have some slight inflammation in your body and you're not sure what's causing it. So, a wonderful program I put patients on for years, and I fall back on it as well whenever I need a reset, is called the Ultra Simple Diet. You can buy the book, it's $5, $6. You could probably find the content for free. You could probably chat GPT it. Ultra Simple Diet. For 2 weeks, you follow the Ultra Simple Diet. You eliminate any foods that could cause inflammation in the body. Then your body has this beautiful reset. Oh, and by the way, no alcohol, because alcohol is a huge toxin. So if you can hold off your cocktails for 2 weeks, there are plenty of beautiful mocktails out there these days. Just give your body a break and see how it feels. So, the ultra simple diet. Then, afterwards, you start to introduce foods slowly back into your diet. Perhaps you take dairy off your diet for 2 weeks. Then, when you have dairy, you see how your body responds. You're like, oh my gosh, instant runny nose, instant bloating. It was the dairy. Or maybe it's not the dairy. Maybe dairy's fine. And then you have your sourdough bread. And even though you feel like it's a better bread, you still bloat after. The idea here is to eliminate all the things that are causing inflammation and then slowly introduce things into your system to see where you might be having some reactions. Okay, another one. There are two other programs, one that I love and one that I just think is interesting to mention. Another, it's not really fasting, it's a fasting kind of, is called this is the one I find is interesting, the Carbohydrate Addicts Diet. Okay. So the idea is, and I mean, who isn't addicted to carbohydrates? They're just so yummy. And so the idea here is for many of us, it's really hard to give those things up, right? It's like, oh, I can't, like you just feel so brain foggy and you feel so tired and so weak. So this, I forget who wrote the book and created the program, but it is brilliant. You consume all of your carbohydrates for a day in 1 hour of a 24-hour period. And then for the rest of your 24 hours, as you're eating, you eat anything but carbohydrates. And you try that out and see how your body feels. The theory here is that your body can handle those carbohydrates and digest them completely. And then with the other foods, ideally, you're eating more like lively foods, fresh fruits and vegetables, lightly steamed, that sort of thing. Your body has a better chance of digesting the carbohydrates rather than when you combine those carbohydrates with cheeses and dairy and all these other foods, which will stop digestion. And that leads me to the final book and recommendation around diets and fasting, and that is called, this book helped me save my freshman 20. So there's this whole idea of like freshman 15, you're a freshman in college and you gain 15. Oh no, I'm like an overachiever. I'm like 20 pounds here. And so I tried so many things to drop those 20 pounds of the freshman year and Fit for Life. This book was written in the 80s, 70s. Anyway, I love it. It's about food combining. And here's one of the principles of the book that I remember and carry with me and share with you now. When you eat different foods, you need different stomach acids to digest them. And so you have acid and you have alkaline in your digestion that helps to break down your food. So if you eat, let's say, bread and cheese, your stomach will produce alkaline enzymes and acidic enzymes to digest the bread and the cheese. They neutralize each other. So the bread and the cheese that felt so yummy going down sit there for quite a while. So Fit for Life is a wonderful diet plan to check it out. You also, as you follow the plan, you eat really light foods in the morning. So many of us wake up and we're like, breakfast, like I am going to eat. And so, okay, that's great. But Try this out. Try this out where you eat only fruits until noon, and then you have your biggest meal of the day around lunch because you have time to digest it. You have time to exercise and move it through your body, and then you eat a lighter meal before you go to bed. So fit for life. Speaking of that, do you know how sumo wrestlers get big and get really big? This is how. They eat right before they go to bed. They literally will sometimes have their food right next to their bed because they don't want to spend any calories or energy leaving the table to their bed. Like they want to absorb as many calories. So they will eat and then they'll go right to bed, fall asleep. So if you want to be opposite of a sumo wrestler, do not eat before you go to bed. That's one thing that's another kind of kickstart I've shared with a lot of my clients, patients over the years that want to start really getting in their better shape, looking at diet, dip their toes into this whole idea of healthy eating. I'll say, here's the one thing: just don't eat anything after 7. Don't eat any carbs for sure after 7 p.m. And your snacks may be a high protein snack, something like that. But even just not eating after 7 p.m., a lot of us have our biggest meal at 7:30 and we drink it down with a glass of wine and we go straight to bed like that sumo wrestler. So it's about trying something different. Now, I'll tell you this, and I've been in medicine for 3 decades now. And I've been around and I've taught nutrition, I've taught these programs, and I've been witness to all of these fads, all of these get skinny fads and these weight loss fads. Any new nutrition program, any kind of program like that will work if it's something new. When you do something new with your body, you will get results. So you will lose weight when you try these programs. You'll do the Whole30. I love the Whole30. And you might lose weight. The idea is it's not sustainable unless you change your naughty habits. So the beautiful thing about programs like this is it gives you a taste of what it feels like when your body feels healthy and vibrant and working and organized inside, and it's not bloating and you're not puffy and you're digesting well and you're eating whole foods, foods that are close to being alive and full of live energy as possible. Live fruits and vegetables, eating more of those, lean not organ meats, but lean meats, organic if you can. And seeing what that feels like. And then you now have data because you're like, oh, this feels so good. Then you go back to some of your naughty habits and you're like, oh, that doesn't feel good. I remember how good that felt. So I'm going to go back and do a fast again, remind myself so that when I come back into naughty land, I won't be as naughty. So you can use these fasts and these programs to alter your habitual, that's the key here, your habitual eating patterns. Most of these programs are not sustainable long term. The 3-day juice fast was fabulous. I was complete. I woke up this morning. Thank you. I'm complete. Thank you for the toxins. Thank you for the detox. But now I'm ready to eat some real food, even though I'm still having some detox tea. The other benefit of fasting is when you start to introduce foods, when you do the ultra simple diet, or you do, let's say, even a 1-day fast or intermittent fasting or just calorie restriction, when you eat an apple, it explodes in your mouth because you're no longer eating those high sugar foods. Your body gets to reset. And then you eat something as simple as an apple and you're like, this is the most amazing apple. Don't believe me? You got to try it for yourself. And that's what I want to leave you with. With fasting, with these cleanses, these detox programs, find one that works for you. Make sure it works for you. Be mindful of your body. If your symptoms are off the chart and you are in risking your true health, maybe this isn't the detox or the fasting program for yourself. So listen to your body. If you feel that you can push through to the other side, it's pretty beautiful. So I highly recommend this book. It's a fabulous book. If you like, again, the disclaimer is this does not substitute for advice from your primary care physician. Got to be responsible. Do this with responsibility and know yourself, know your body. One way to do that is through fasting programs, a juice fast, an energy fast, these elimination diets. I hope this has been helpful. This was something that I've been wanting to share for a long time because I have shared it in person with patients for a very long time. And now I have digitized it. So I will see you back here for more videos on how you can live your best life and make money doing what you love. I'm Dr. East. Bye for now.